Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gordon Jones. I am a fiction created by Alex Jahans. I am the anti-critic. I have a gun that does I know not what. Welcome to my show. You're about to watch a video. Suppose you'll like it, or maybe not, I don't know. Whatever, on with the show! Space parasites created God through telekinesis. Welcome, young weird people, to my school where we teach weird people how to fight the evil weird people. I'm not afraid of death, and that's why I can kick your ass. I am Awesome Man. He is such a shithead, and he's going to hell, but he's on our side. It's time. Misery, pain, loss, love, justice, good, evil, misery. How did he get out of the Kakadelica? Oh, people of the world, people of YouTube, of the internet, of the entire wide expanse of the western spiral arm of the Milky Way. I don't care how he got up to the fucking Dulalika. Okay? I'm a writer. I write pulp. I write very convoluted, very complex pulp that asks a lot of questions and makes feminists want to punch me and beat me up because I like women and women are nice and cool, and I don't always portray the most feminist image when I can perhaps further the causes of people who cannot speak for themselves, such as other animals. Well, yeah, other animals is technically correct, but might come off as a bit wrong. But anyway, look, point is, I am a writer, and I am a shitty writer. Well, not often, because I don't often get feedback, but when I do get feedback, a common complaint is, this doesn't make sense. This would not actually happen within our universe. This is not something that just affects me. I mean, I care a lot about things that affect me, and certainly that is why I am particularly annoyed by this, but it is, in general, something that happens all over the world. I mean, Cracked.com. I love Cracked.com. It is wonderful and brilliant, and I worship the ground Jason Pardin walks on, but I am fed up with plot holes and complaining that, oh my god, this piece of fiction has something which wouldn't happen in the real world. You are aware that it is a piece of fiction, right? And yeah, okay, go for authenticity, go for plausibility, go for realism, wherever you can. I am not going to have a go at someone for doing their research and producing a work that is amazingly gripping and has no plot holes or, things that are fictional and not real life. I'm never going to do that. But what I am going to do is take the ripping bloody piss out of any idiot who looks at a piece of fiction that has men running about dressed as bats, that has cyborg sharks striding around, that has women shrinking and being burned alive, and then going, I see, this one element doesn't make so much factual sense. You can make it more factually accurate. Your parents. I don't care how he got us as a cock-a-doodle car. Because the thing is that it's fiction. 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 Okay? And the thing is, as a writer, I don't care. Because it's fiction. And there are small moments, small elements, small nitpicks that are just, oh well, like it doesn't change the story. It's just you could do this better. You don't have to because it's fiction, but you could. That I'm cool with. That I have no problem with. That's just criticism. That's just feedback. That is just being fucking helpful. What I have a problem with is when people say, hey, you know the whole premise your story is based around? That wouldn't fucking happen! Because this happens quite a bit in mine. And, funnily enough, often for the same kind of feminist-orientated reason. So, yeah, I'm not the poster boy for the feminist awards, okay? But it's because in my sort of series, in the script about the origins of the Farshnook, and in my novel about the downfall of the Farshnook, there are women who are. Okay, this is where I sound like a misogynist asshole, and I apologise, but it's complicated and it's part of a whole multiverse of issues and interrelated bullshit that I will talk about to you later if you actually give a shit. But essentially, there is a dude called the Farshnook who turns women into pets because the Farshnook is a misogynistic arsehole. That is what the Farshnook is. He is an eldritch abomination reincarnated as a misogynistic arsehole, and he finds a pill that can turn someone into a willing pet who also gains like super strength, regeneration, and immortality. And in the sort of prequel series script thing, it was kind of like the feminists discover it, and they use it as like a cyanide pill, and the Farshnook is like tripping, going, no, this is no, and because like he's the only madman who knows what the hell's going on here at all, the police listen to him, and there's other elements to the side pulling strings to help things, although you're not supposed to find out until series 2, which I haven't written yet. But essentially, it was, okay, Sylph Pill exists, the Farshnook is the only person who knows anything to do about it, he's a misogynistic arsehole, so he uses the Sylph Pill to enslave women, and to essentially say, yeah, you drug someone, they're no longer human, so they're fair game. Have at it. And the premise of the series then is essentially men are douchetards who will literally eat women alive so long as they aren't technically human. And it is all about bringing equality through that. Kind of my attempt at a feminist message in an incredibly misogynistic way. But essentially, the issue there is the same as the issue that my novel has. And in the novel, okay, you have the big, strong, kick-ass captain of like multiple spaceships who has fought in wars and who's seen off doppelgangers and stuff, and she strides in, swinging about, kind of, if it was a guy, it'd be like, yeah, big dick entrance. But it's essentially just, yes, I am here to kick ass, and then she starts shrinking because the Farshnook doped her. And the same issue in both. It's when Well, why would the woman do that? Why would people do that? Here is an arsehole. He is an arsehole of arseholiness. Why would the good, intelligent people fall for his arseholiness? They would be smarter. People would not accept this. This would not happen. Well, my dear friends, this is what we call fiction. Now, don't get me wrong, my work has faults. These are drafts. These are first drafts. These are not brilliant and stellar works, and I acknowledge that they are pulpy and sound very, very wrong out of context, and only sound marginally better in context when you realise that actually the reason it sounds so wrong is because it's deliberately wrong in that it is meant to be a problem to be overcome. But my point is that I am not the only one. I am not the only writer who has gotten a plot with big themes and who has got lots of cool action scenes lined up. Because essentially, when the kick-ass woman shrinks, she becomes like Captain America. She gains the superpowers. Okay, it comes with a massive catch, but that's it. It's about kind of bringing about equality for the Sylphs and her being a badass Captain America and going around saving the world. And kind of with the earlier series, it's okay, here's a horrible situation which will be overthrown 10 years later when the kick-ass woman turns up and is just like, yeah, not gonna let this happen. It's kind of like, yes, it's stupid. Yes, it's bullshit. Yes, it does cause feminists to want to punch me in the face and all hurt me so very much. But it allows me to tell the story that I want to tell. So, don't picking holes and saying that no, this thing is stupid, you shouldn't have it, when that thing being stupid is the reason the plot happens, is wrong. And yeah, I know, I sound like a douche now. I sound like Mick Douchey McDouchehole of douchiness. I sound like a horrible, evil, Machiavellian villain. I know, I get it. If you can do something great, then do something great. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. It's fiction. Fiction. It is fiction. I have cyborg sharks running around. I have giant spiders wearing pinstripe suits. I have people turning into dragons. The Farce eating Hitler. I have pulpy, schlocky stuff. Okay? This is not high art. This is not incredibly great literature. This is schlock. This is pulp. This is I want to see cool shit happen, and I want it to ask some interesting questions. So, the thing is that these are all problems that can be retconned and hand-waved easily. I mean, again, my draft, okay, it's like I'm explaining it to you now. I had a lot of problems with people saying, "What the fuck?" Because it's the one short scene before the start of the novel where the kick-ass hero shrinks, and it's because of the Farshnik and the Sylph Bill. And everybody who reads it is like you going, But what the fuck, man? What's the trouble? Why is this happening? Why is anybody okay with this? What's the problem? And the thing is, I have answers, but I cannot just dump them all on you in the first scene when I have planned out the delivery of them in kind of the pages to come. Our generation is so full of nitpicking and calling out plot hole, impossible, it cannot happen, that we cannot just let things lie until we get the answers. I mean, hell, it's become a common rebuttal to Moffat fans and to Moffat shows. Well, you can't just expect him to deliver the answers later because we know how that happened. TARDIS blowing up, I think, fucking not. It's just sometimes an element that you want to nitpick is going to be answered later on. And sometimes an element you want to nitpick isn't going to be. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. You want to know? It's fucking fiction! It is bullshit. It is primula shut out of the writer's mind. It is nonsense. It runs on bullshitium, on nonsillium. It is matter made from nothing. So, you know what? If bullshit happens, if you are crying bullshit because this one thing stands out as implausible, then kindly take a look around the book that you're reading or the TV show or movie that you're watching and see if there are any other clues to let you know that what you're reading is a piece of fiction. Is there a guy running about dressed as a bat fighting crime? Is there someone who has any kind of superpower? Is there someone who has transformed? Is there any kind of magic? Is there any kind of so sufficiently advanced science that it might as well be magic? Because the thing is that when you are dealing with fiction, fictional things that do not make sense may sometimes have to happen to allow the fiction to happen. I mean, for God's sake, ironically, I don't believe in God. For me, God is the biggest humdinger of them all. If you have a narrative that says, oh yeah, God exists, I am going to decry all holy fucking bullshit on you. That is my problem with the Indiana Jones films. Because Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark, that is a really kind of well done, realistic tale of archaeology. Yes, it's pulpy. Yes, it's tropey. Yes, I myself, funnily enough, have problems with the kind of sexist portrayal of Marion in that. In the books, it was a paedophilic relationship during the first time round, and how she's just the object to be chased and rescued. But it's realistic. It's Nazis and they're chasing after it and Hitler did have a fascination with the supernatural and stuff. So it makes sense that they're hunting after this holy artifact. That's fine. That I'm cool with. That I'm on board with. And then what happens, ladies and gentlemen? Shall we say it together? Yeah, let's say it together. God shows up and saves the day. God, the big G man. The big G-O-D. created all of this in 7 days, aren't I badass God? He saves the day. The final clinching proof of the existence of God. And you know what? Sod the plot holes about, well, you know, if Indiana Jones hadn't got involved, then, he would have killed Hitler. No, for me, it's like, this is a perfectly good narrative of finding a MacGuffin until God turns up. And suddenly, this realistic tale has bullshit in it that I can't swallow. Because, hold on, I was not expecting this bullshit. And yet, I'm watching Supernatural. And yes, I thought the first series was shit. Yes, I still kind of think this series is shit. But I'm okay with it, and I'm cool with it. And the thing is, God's there from the start. Okay, the fucking angels aren't. And okay, I'm just about to start series 5, so yeah, I haven't actually seen God yet, unless it's Chuck. But it's the fact that they are hunting demons means that it is seeded in that, okay, there's going to be supernatural phenomenon. Where there is demons, there are going to be angels. Where there are angels, there's probably going to be a God. I'm cool with that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with a supernatural series introducing supernatural elements. What I have a problem with is a realistic, archaeological, albeit actiony, tropey thing suddenly having God turn up at the end to save the day. Because it's an outside context thing. Because, I mean, it's like Voyager. Voyager is bullshit. Voyager runs on the stuff. It is brilliant in how much it depends on the shit it spews out of its arse. It's just like, oh yes, the tech of the tech shall solve the tech of the tech of the tech. And then Seven will turn up with her tech, and then Balana will turn up with her tech, and then Harry will die and then get resurrected through some tech. And then it'll all be okay thanks to tech. I'm cool with that, because that's how it works. When, however, something like Babylon 5 has a story solved by the tech, that's when I think, hang on, this doesn't belong in this series. So this is what I ask you to do. I ask you to readjust your definition of problems, of bullshit that needs to be called out. Because plot holes that are necessary for the story to run are fine. Plot holes or bullshit that fits within the universe are fine. Because, yeah, much as I hate Flying Jesus Doctor, the idea that belief and kind of psychic power can do stuff is firmly implanted within the series, so I can accept that, even if I hate it. Because I'm not saying you don't have to hate it. I'm not saying you cannot hate things that stick out to you. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that people shouldn't feel like calling me on the innate stupidity of the women in my stories for the plots to work. I am just saying that there is a difference between a necessary weasel for the story to work and a weasel that belongs in the series and an outside context weasel that just shouldn't be there, or even a weasel that needn't be there because you can easily do something very similar but better. Because I'm sick. I am sick of beating myself up about this. Because here's the thing, is that you think I rage at you guys and then the people at the internets and the plebeians and the peasants and the I don't. You know who I rage at? Who I torment? Who I loathe? Who I despise? Me. I hate me. I loathe myself. I torture myself. Every time I get a piece of criticism calling out the bullshit of my work, I lie awake at night trying to justify to myself how I could do that. And the thing is, I know the justification. I know why it happens, but it doesn't ever help me sleep at night. Because what you are in the dark matters. And here's the thing. I am a feminist. I am. I believe in equality for women. I believe that there are great issues of injustice perpetrated by the patriarchy at large. But I also believe that tropes are tools. And that sex sells. And women are beautiful and magnificent. And that their subjugation is a useful metaphor for the subjugation of people and things that cannot speak for themselves. Because animals, pets, because the patriarchy is known about. The patriarchy is called upon. It is called out. It is a target. It is why I hate myself. Because of the fear that I might be part of the patriarchy. That by being a man, I am, regardless of my intentions or not. Or whether I am actually part of it because of the things I write. But there are animals that are being hurt and killed and subjugated. And we are laughing and giggling at them and going, oh, aren't they cute, and patronising them, when they are living beings. Yes, they might not be sentient. Yes, they might not have feelings as we scientifically regard them. They might not even, if you're that way inclined, they might not even have souls. But they are living beings that are being hurt. So I put women in their place and I go, yeah, world, how do you think about lolcats now? And the world cries back, you're a misogynistic asswipe. Sod it, I've been Alex Jahans. This has been a very weird rant. Very weird rant about problems and bullshit and non-celium, and I apologise. I apologise very